Thank you. In the matter of the Licensing Act 2003 application for a temporary event notice, Caracoa Emporium Limited, 88 Clarendon Road, Southsea, 4th of February 2023. All parties shall receive written confirmation of the decisions and the reasons. The decision is going to be read as such. The subcommittee has considered very carefully the application for a temporary event notice at Caracoa Emporium for the 4th of February 2023 and whether to issue a counter notice. It gave due regard to the Licensing Act 2003, the licensing objectives, statutory guidance and the adopted statement of licensing policy. The subcommittee considered the representations both written and given expanded upon at the hearing by both parties. Human rights legislation and the public sector equality duty has been borne in mind whilst making the decision. After considering all of the above, the subcommittee has determined to issue a counter notice. The reasons for that are as follows. The subcommittee noted that the application sought provision for the sale and supply of alcohol, although it was noted that this is already permitted by the existing licence, the provision of regulated entertainment and an extension to the hours for late night refreshment. There had been a representation for environmental health. The premises is not located in a nighttime economy area and is predominantly a residential area despite being next to a commercial premises. There is a history of a noise complaint from residents close to the premises. The complaints are continuing and noise nuisance has been witnessed inside the complainant's property. The noise was described as being very loud at times and aggravated by the opening of the door to the premises, allowing noise escape. The structure of the premises is not suitable for late night noise from amplified music, particularly given the single glazed frontage, and there are issues surrounding large numbers of patrons outside the premises. These concerns have led to previous objections from environmental health and the police to temporary events. Whilst the subcommittee heard that a door supervisor would be employed and noise levels monitored outside the premises, it was not satisfied that these measures would be sufficient to address concerns of environmental health. As there is a clear risk to the licensing objective of the prevention of public nuisance, in particular, the subcommittee does not consider it appropriate to allow the event to proceed and accordingly issue a counter notice. There is a statutory right of appeal to the Magistrates' Court and formal notification of the decision will set out that right in full. Thank you. We have another one to move on to, which is the 4th of March, I believe. Is that right, the 4th of March?
Yes, that's correct, members.
Ben, would you like to take your laptop back, please? Derek, we'll move on to item agenda 5, which is the temporary event notice for the 4th of March 2023 between 2300 hours and 2 a.m. Derek, would you like to introduce the report?
Yes, members, it's exactly the same as my previous one. This is for an event that's been applied for from the 4th of March going into the 5th of March from 11 o'clock in the evening to 2 o'clock. I don't think I can add anything further to assist you other than what you've already heard.
Thank you. Members, do you have any questions? No. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions, Ben? No. Okay, thank you. I'm going to hand over to the Environmental Health Officer, then go to the applicant.
The comments as the previous temporary event notice for the 4th of February, and that the likelihood of a public nuisance will occur from the entertainment provided until 2 a.m. and the dispersion of customers and also noise from the customers smoking outside. I haven't any further to add from the previous application.
Thank you. Members, do you have any questions? No, no questions? Okay. Do you have any questions for environmental health at all? No questions? Are you sure? Thank you. Do you have any questions, Eric? Any questions, Ben? Over to yourselves to submit the case for the 4th of March. Do you not want to submit a representation at all?
I can't como eu falo que eu propor colocar a parede lá de contração até o dia 4.
Antes da application, não pode ser agora.
Mas, não
Porque
posso
você
perguntar, mas como que eu falo isso em inglês?
O que você fala?
Que se eu me propor a colocar.
Então, mas essas mudanças antes
Sim,
do
mas
evento.
eu quero saber como que eu falo isso.
Okay. What she's saying is if she set up everything that has been offered by the options given by the local authority for that event 4th of March would be considerable.
I believe that the way the temporary event notice works, that is not a case. It's a case of you issue a notice and then a counter notice. There's no mitigation in between. Is that correct, Ben? I believe that was the terminology that I'd be using.
I think you would normally expect negotiation of the type that's being suggested to occur before the temporary event notice is submitted. You would expect premises licence holders to approach environmental health and the police and consult with the licensing authority and suggest what they're proposing and what steps they're proposing to implement to mitigate any potential risks that there might be, and then there can be negotiation at that stage. Unfortunately, to be suggesting an acceptance to any suggestions at this stage, unfortunately, it's impossible for you to consider because you don't know what they might be, and you don't ultimately know whether they would be acceptable or not to the applicant. So it's not something you can really take into account at this point.
No, I mean, I was always under the impression that when you do the negotiation for what you want to do in the mitigation, that would be done before we get to this point at the hearing. So obviously we can't really take that into any consideration at this time.
I fully understand and I fully appreciate it, but by the time that Monica has spoke to Mr. Stone, and he gave the suggestion to contact Lorraine for her to come to the place and have a look and see. But unfortunately, for some unknown reason, which I've got no idea because I had the email in front of me, she didn't get the email. And on my email, it was very clear if she could do before the hearing, because by that time she could have implemented. So it was and I've got the proof of that, and which was very unfortunately that we didn't have enough time to implement anything, because whatever has been requested to be implemented, it has been done in a certain extent. But further than that, we were expecting to have that visit, and they say, oh, you could, like she did say now, you could do this, you could do that. But unfortunately, we didn't have this opportunity because she didn't get an email. So basically, she did try before the hearing, before we being here, because I was the one who has submitted the email. And Mr. Son, did you get the email?
I'm not sure
It's
that
on
I did. No.
8th of January at 11:41 in the morning. That was the time of the email. So it to be, from my viewpoint, she's being hit really hard in where we did try, and I'm the witness of that. But unfortunately, there was no enough time before the hearing.
Yeah, I do sympathise. I mean, the issue we have is we have to work within certain parameters that we are given, and unfortunately, without having that mitigation already on the table, it's not something you can negotiate in the meeting effectively. So I mean, there's not much more else I can add on that front, I'm afraid. Do members have any questions for the applicants? No. Do you have any questions, Ben?
I think just for complete fairness, I'm sure you would want to reiterate all the points that you made previously about employing a doorman at the premises and the steps that he will take. I'm not sure there was much else really that you could put forward now. Really, is there anything else that you want to say?
Can you please rephrase in regards to the doorman?
I'm just saying that I feel positive that you would probably want to put the same points. I asked you certain questions about the doorman previously in the hearing before, that you just want the subcommittee to take those points into account as well when they make their decision on this second matter.
Então, para me falar isso agora?
Que você tem ele lá.
Okay. I wouldn't like for the 4th of March, yes. And then I can put the doorman there for preview any
To prevent?
To prevent many people outside and help to measure the sound outside also, you know, and for people drinking outside. And after 11 o'clock, you know, we don't have too much noise outside the premise. When people are leaving, you know, if you have a taxi or something, we're gonna this we do help people to go to the taxi and things like that, you know. This is what we can do. And yeah, é isso que ele queria que eu falasse?
Just to reinforce, só para reforçar.
Okay.
That will be if the application is accepted, the doorman will be there trying to make sure that it's safe for people to be in there.
Thank you. Do you have any more questions, Ben? Do you have any questions, Derek? Any questions, Lorraine? Thank you. I don't have anything else to add myself. I'm just going to summing up. Would you like to sum up, please, Derek?
I've nothing further to add, thank you.
Thank you. Yourself, Lorraine? Ben, anything you want to add? I'd like to sum up. Sum your case up, please.
I understand 4th of February is right there, yes, but to 4th of March, I can put the wall
She can
also.
implement.
Not the wall, the wall. This is soundproof, but we're going to screw and take it out during the day, and when I have a party, I put it there again, you know, on the window, on the glass. Because the more complaints about the glass, and then I can cover the glass when the party is like when the hurricane, yes, you put the shelters and take it out after the hurricane. And I did that a lot when I used to live in Florida. Then I can do the same thing on Carioca when have the parties, you know. I don't want to wait for 11 o'clock for put it. When I have the party, before the party, I already put it. I already set up the doorman to 6 o'clock, not to 11 o'clock. You know, I'm going to do all this improvement for help also my neighbor.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to check to see, are you happy with everything you said? Happy with everything you said? Are you happy with everything that you've said? Yeah. You said, okay, good. I'm going to go back into closed session to deliberate, and we'll call you back shortly.